2020 has been a very challenging year. In January, we began to hear about an illness affecting a few people in Southeast Asia. It had flu-like symptoms, a high fever, a dry cough, aches and pains. Even, sadly, in some of the worst cases, death. But for a while at least, it seemed distant, remote. Fingers crossed, it might remain like so many threats before. Concerning, tragic for those involved, but not likely to affect us. How little we all knew. For, within weeks, the tiny virus had crossed the oceans and travelled to nearly every continent on the planet. By the end of January, the WHO had declared the virus a public health emergency. The UK had its first confirmed case. And over the next month, the virus and the disease it caused gained a name: COVID-19. By March, officials were declaring a global pandemic. People across the world watched with growing anxiety as country after country closed its borders and government after government brought in tight restrictions on the lives of citizens. Yes, 2020 has been a very challenging year. Yes, this year has posed challenges of one kind or another for all of us. Some have been technological.
153 people are waiting to join your... What? 153 people? Janice, there's 153 people on here trying to Zoom me. No, it is not. Listen, I don't go in for that sort of thing anymore, Janice, I told you. Well, I thought it would be a good idea to try and drum up some custom. Try to put those bad reviews behind us, you know? No, I hadn't thought about how they're all going to get a drink when they're at home. I just read something in North East Innkeepers Monthly that suggested using technology to bring in new audiences. What? No, I don't know how to accept 153 video calls. Zoom, accept all calls. Zoom. Are you laughing at me? Oh, shit.
This is the tale of how some relatively ordinary people like you and me, overcame those challenges and ended up involved in one of the most extraordinary stories in human history. It is, in fact, the greatest story never told. We joined the action in April this year. Stay home, we were told. Protect the NHS. Control the virus. Lockdown. Hours and hours. Days and days. Weeks and weeks. And carrying on some semblance of normal life presented challenges for all of us.
Come on. Come on, I've got a Teams meeting at 4. Come on. Come on, 3 o'clock they said. It's nearly 3:45. Oh, come on, you stupid blooming thing. Oh, hi. Thank goodness. I didn't think anyone was going to answer. The appointment time said 3 o'clock, and then when no one connected, I must have checked the email about 4 times. I know, you must be busy. Strange times, eh? Sorry. I've been very anxious. Have you managed to have a look yet? Hello? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Oh, this is ridiculous. I can't hear you. Oh, for goodness sake. 3/4 of an hour I've wasted on this.
Hello, Mary, can you hear me? Are you okay?
Yes, I can, Jo. Yes, I am.
Good. How's it going? What did they say?
Oh, I didn't get through.
What?
I didn't get through. Or rather, I did, and then they cut me off.
Oh.
Yeah, so who knows? I'll have to make another appointment, I suppose.
But you had to wait ages for that one.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll just try the website again and see what they say.
Right. Well, try not to worry too much. I know that's easy to say.
I'll try. I feel really anxious all the time. I guess I'm just used to having you here every day. I miss you.
I know, I miss you too. I'd love to be there, but we've got to follow the guidance. Stay home. I know it's not much help, but there's plenty of people worse off than us. At least we can do this every day. At least we're not seriously ill or in hospital without family or friends. At least you've got your origami ducks.
I know. Otherwise, I'd be going quackers. Anyway, how are you? What are you up to?
Oh, well, I'm fine. I'm just trying to finish these orders. I don't know why or how, but people seem to be ordering coffee tables by the 100. We're backed up with orders. Still, it's good to have the workshop in the backyard. At least we can keep going. How about you?
Same old, same old. Ducks, meetings. I've got one in a few minutes.
A duck?
No, silly. A meeting.
Okay. Well, I better let you get back to it. Be careful.
Love you.
Love you too.
You might already be very familiar with these two characters. You might have an inkling that you've heard a version of this story before. Perhaps you've sat in a cold school hall watching your beloved offspring stutter out some lines. I say starred, in the sense that you stood awkwardly on stage in front of cardboard scenery that was marginally more mobile than your own performance. Perhaps you wore a tea towel over your head, or maybe you wore your dad's fleece jacket and a pair of ears stapled onto a paper band. Or perhaps you were forced by your teacher to wear an animal disguise that covered your face completely and masked the complex, nuanced facial expressions that even at the age of 6 you'd spent hours practicing in front of the mirror. Well, yeah, unless of course you were Dean Thomas. In which case, you got your costume made by your grandmother, who happened to be a retired theatrical costumier. And the teachers were so impressed they gave you the part of Joseph. And you got to hold hands with Lisa Bradley. And carry on the baby Jesus. Well, who's the star now, Dean, eh? Who's got several prestigious awards for acting under his belt now? I want to mention some very, very glamorous actresses showing some interest in... Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so we've met Mary and we've met Joseph. Who else is essential to this story? Ah, yes. The three men of very limited conversation.
No. What? Hey? Oh, I don't know. Oh, for God's sake.
You what? Oh my God, it's bloody.
I think we'll come back to that one later. We all know the type. Quiet. Gruff. Unconnected with their emotions. Unconnected with anything. Never going to win Conversationalist of the Year. They're in for quite a shock later on. In the meantime, let's return to Mary and see if she has better luck this time.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, dear, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Thank goodness. Yes, I can hear you this time. Do you have the results?
Well, you're very lucky, dear. We're very busy and we're not usually letting people make second appointments when they miss our call.
I didn't miss your call. I couldn't hear you. Do you remember?
What, dear?
The last time when you called me.
Well, the system says you missed the call. We're very busy at the moment and it's very inconvenient for us when people book calls and then miss them. You're very lucky we didn't fine you. Some hospital trusts are doing that, you know.
I didn't miss the call. You called me 45 minutes late, I might add, and then I couldn't hear you and you hung up. Don't you remember?
Well, like I say, we are very busy, but if you say so, dear, I believe you. It says on the system, though, that you missed the call. Now, would you like me to update that on the computer? Remove the little black mark against your name?
Sure, why not?
Right, I'll just...
Hello? You're frozen. Can you still hear me?
Where do you go for tech support in a pandemic? Where can you go when life grinds down to a small wheel spinning endlessly in the middle of a frozen screen?
Hello? Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Hello? Hello? Oh, for heaven's sake.
It's funny she should call heaven, really, because they're branching out in all sorts of new ways.
Gabriel, are you there? Gabriel, we've had a call.
Yes, Mother, you don't need to shout. It's not like the old days.
Well, you know I don't understand these things.
We've been through it a million times.
I preferred the good old days when angels used to live on real clouds and play harps. Nowadays, it seems everyone is just running around with megabit this and fibre optic that.
Yes, and St. Peter had real keys instead of just a Wi-Fi password. I know, things were better then. How can I help you, Mother?
Oh, yes, a call, a damsel in distress. The old-fashioned way, I might add.
What do you want me to do?
I need you to deliver some test results, Gabriel.
More tests? It's not that I mind, but that's all that I'm doing at the minute. You know, the government has promised the people they'll deliver another 100,000 tests a day by the end of June. I'll be rushed off my feet.
Don't worry, you know who's in charge of that, don't you, while the Prime Minister is recovering? Dominic Rubb, a man so uniquely incompetent as Foreign Secretary. He openly admitted he didn't know how close Calais and Dover were. I don't think he'll be hitting any targets soon.
I do worry, though. People rely on those tests. Who needs them this time?
Well, these tests are a little bit more difficult.
So you're sending me to do the trickiest jobs as usual?
This is going to require your unique blend of awe-inspiring, heavenly authority and public relations experience, Gabriel. And this is good news for once.
I thought you said it was awkward and difficult.
Well, someone is pregnant, so good news. But she's been living away from her boyfriend since lockdown, so awkward and difficult.
You'll have to send me the files. What are you going to be doing?
I'm off to deliver some eye test and brain scan results.
Eye tests? Who has an eye test in the middle of a national lockdown?
Well, that's the thing, you see. The brain scan results came back negative.
Negative?
Negative for brains.
I see.
He can't.
How hard can it be, right? Explaining to a man that his girlfriend is pregnant, but that he's not exactly the father. Well, for somebody with Gabriel's mind, it should be a piece of cake. But that wouldn't make for an entertaining story now, would it?
Hello, Joe's Custom Furniture. How can I help?
Oh, hello. Joseph, isn't it?
Yes, Doug.
I have a somewhat delicate job, Joseph.
Delicate?
Somewhat, yes.
Oh, you got something old, a repair job or something?
Not exactly, no. A mattress of great importance.
Beds?
Well, in a manner of speaking, no. Not really. A matter of great importance.
Well, sorry, Doug, but I'm not taking on any jobs at the minute. Even the really important stuff. I'm up to my ears.
I'm not calling to order furniture, Jo. Oh, yes. I'm from your internet service provider. My name is Gabriel.
Well, then, spit it out. I'm a bit busy.
I have an important message.
So you said, wait a minute, how do I know you are who you say you are? I've seen those adverts.
Your name is Joseph Carpenter. You live on 12 Navarus Lane, Derby. You were born on the 23rd of June 1985. You have a birthmark on your left thigh, which you keep taking pictures of because you're worried it's growing. It's not, by the way. You like dogs more than cats, particularly smoozy, chubby, cute and fuzzy ones. And your last purchase on Amazon was hemorrhoid cream.
Oh, how did you know all that?
Like I say, I'm from your internet service provider. We can see everything. You know, you're a bit young for hemorrhoid cream, aren't you? You ought to have those looked at by a professional, not go buying who knows what off the internet.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't even for hemorrhoids. It's very complicated. Hang on a minute. Why am I justifying myself to you? I don't know what it is you want, but it's been a long day. I'm not discussing hemorrhoids, and I've been very patient up to now. What do you want?
Patient. Yes, yes. That's who I'm calling about.
What?
I'm calling about Mary, Jo. She's had some tests.
Mary? Oh, right. Those problems she was having. Well, why are you calling me?
It affects you too.
I don't see why it would. It only seemed to affect me when she called the hospital.
This will affect you, Joseph. I have to be honest and tell you that the results are life-changing for you and her.
Yes, well, I do suppose that not watching RuPaul's Drag Race at full speed is life-changing.
I beg your pardon.
Look, I know it's your job, Doug, but it's not exactly life-changing, is it? Slow broadband, we'll get over it.
You've got slow broadband?
Yes, that's why you're calling, isn't it?
No.
Well, then why are you calling?
She's pregnant.
You know that from a broadband speed check?
No. Speed check?
Pregnant?
Yes, pregnant.
How the hell can she be pregnant when we've been in different houses for the last month and a half?
That's why I'm calling. You're not the father.
Oh, really? And who the hell are you?
Like I say, I'm Gabriel from your internet service provider.
Well, Gabriel from my internet service provider, how the hell do you know I'm not the father? And how the hell do you know my girlfriend is pregnant before I do?
Calm down. There's no need to shout. I can hear perfectly well these days without you shouting. It's complicated.
Calm down!
It's complicated.
You're damn right it's complicated.
Perhaps I better start again.
I think you better have duck and go slowly this time.
That went well, I thought. Gabriel has always been tactful. No one was left in any doubt about what's happening. Clear and concise communication. And speaking of concise communication, let's return to those three magnificent orators last seen struggling to connect in every sense of the word. So, now they've discovered that they can speak to each other over the internet, they're sitting at home, well, not speaking.
Hello?
Aye.
Hello? All right.
Yeah.
Aye.
Zoom.
Aye. Clever.
Yeah.
Shame.
Hmm?
Hmm? Pubs. Yeah.
Sure.
Well. Aye.
Nice.
Yeah.
Draw.
Bye.
Before March, no one had ever heard of Zoom. All of a sudden, it's the word on everyone's lips, even those who don't talk much. And it can be used to have very difficult conversations, of course.
Any second now. Any second now.
Hello?
Hello?
I can't hear you, dear. I can't hear you, dear.
For goodness sake. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I think you need to unmute, dear.
This is ridiculous. I am unmuted.
No. Sorry. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Oh, I was just talking to that nurse.
Indeed you were. I could see you were having difficulty, so I stepped in.
Oh, are you another nurse?
In a manner of speaking, actually no, not a nurse.
In that case, and I don't mean to be rude, who are you?
I'm Gabriel, from your internet service provider.
Oh, I see.
I want to help.
If you think you can. I think the problem is at the hospital, though.
Oh yes, the slow internet, I've heard about that.
Can you fix it?
I'm not sure.
Haven't you done any tests?
No, not me.
Are you going to do any tests?
No, not me.
Then what are you going to do to help?
I have your test results back, Mary.
What?
I have your test results.
How can you have the results of tests you haven't done yet?
I didn't do them.
No, I know. You said.
No, I mean, I didn't do them, the hospital did. I thought you knew.
All I know is that I seem to not be able to get through. Or when I do, I get cut off.
Well, I have your results, Mary.
And?
You're pregnant, Mary.
I beg your pardon?
I know you can hear me, Mary. I suppose that means it's going to take a few moments to settle in. No? Okay. I can see it hasn't yet. You're pregnant, Mary. You're expecting
What?
a child, Mary.
I'm pregnant, but how? Look, I don't know who you are, but
I'm from Virgin, Mary.
yes, that's exactly the point. You're from Virgin. How do you, my internet service provider, not have my broadband speed check results, but do have my confidential hospital test results?
I can see them on our system.
You can't normally find the fact that I'm even a customer on your system. How come you have my test results?
The Secretary of State for Health sold all the NHS IT systems to us. We can see everything about you.
But I can't be pregnant. Well, Jo and I haven't seen each other since lockdown began, and I certainly haven't seen that much of anybody else anywhere.
Just think about it. The morning sickness, the strange changes in your mood, the fatigue, not to mention the soreness in your...
Yes, okay, thanks. I get the picture. The symptoms match, but not the cause.
I understand your doubts, but it's all something to do with the Immaculate Collection.
Pardon?
I'll explain later, when there aren't children watching out there.
There are people watching this? Is this another way for private companies to make money?
No, the Immaculate Collection. It just means that Jo didn't exactly have to be present. He isn't the father, the boss is.
Richard Branson is the father of my unborn baby?
Richard Branson?
The boss of Virgin? Your boss?
No, not Richard Branson. Look, maybe I haven't been entirely truthful with you.
Really? You think not? First, you tell me that you're going to help with my problem, but You haven't done any checks or a broadband test. What you do have, apparently, are my confidential hospital test results. And you tell me, out of the blue I might add, that I'm pregnant, even though that's impossible. And then to top it off, you tell me that the government has sold off parts of our precious NHS to disreputable and incompetent private enterprises for the lowest possible cost, as part of some shady backhand deal drawn up by Machiavellian secretive special advisors with too much power and lobbyists paid with massive amoral corporations, when only the most amateurish and deceitful bunch of opportunist politicians, led by a complete chancer and utter clown with no moral conviction above and beyond saving his own skin, could possibly allow such a thing.
You see, I knew you'd convince yourself that I was telling the truth. All of it. It's just complicated. Maybe I should start again.
I think you'd better.
So now we have all the pieces of this particular jigsaw, and we've even found a few corners and edges. It's time to start moving some of our characters along what authors and storytellers call, pretentiously, an arc. And if they're going to play their part in our story, it's about time we shifted some of our chattiest characters out of their comfort zones.
Melvin, Alfred,
Frank?
who's that?
I don't know.
It's good to see you, gentlemen.
Is she talking to us?
I think she must be.
It's good to see you're already speaking more than you were.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was a good start anyway. Listen, gentlemen, I need to talk to you about changing your ways.
Us?
Yes, you, Frank, you, Melvin, you, Alfred. I've come to show you what will happen if you continue as you are.
Well, what's wrong with how we are now?
I'm going to show you 3 visions. One from a long time ago, one from right now, and one to show you what will happen if you don't change your ways.
That sounds familiar from somewhere.
You can't blame me for borrowing. Now, look into your computer screens, please.
That's me. Where on earth did you get that from?
Much earth, Frank. More like heaven. We've always been watching.
Yes, I remember this. I used to love looking after that dog.
Didn't know you liked animals, Frank.
There's a lot of things you don't know about him, Melvin.
I was a vet for 30 years. Large animals mostly, you know, farms and things. I must have delivered hundreds of lambs. Good times.
Never said Frank.
There's a lot of things you 3 don't say to each other.
And then I retired a few years ago to spend more time with my wife. And then she got sick. And when she went, well, I never got back. I didn't realise how much.
You never told us you were a widower, Frank.
It's not the sort of thing you'd mention to someone when you first meet them, is it? And after that, you never asked. So I just kept it to myself.
There's a lot of things that you 3 keep to yourselves. Let's have a look at something right now. Look at all those people, all doing their bit, all helping out. What are you 3 doing?
That's not fair. They're just 3 old blokes.
I don't think it matters, Alfred. And all you've done instead is sit at home and moaned about the pubs closing.
That's not true.
You know the old lady who lives next door to you, Melvin?
Yes.
How do you think she's managing, Melvin?
Well, I don't know.
Do you know her name, Melvin?
Well, no.
Do you know how she's managing for groceries, Melvin?
No.
When was the last time you saw her?
Well, I don't know.
How do you know if she needs your help, Melvin? How would you know? Volunteers don't necessarily have the time, they just have the heart. And you certainly have the time, Melvin. What have you been doing? I think it's time I showed you what's going to happen if you don't change your ways.
I think we've seen enough.
Yes, please, don't show us any more. I think we get the picture.
So?
I think we need to do something, fellas.
You're right.
You thought this would be all upbeat and Christmassy, didn't you? Well, there's no comedy without a little tragedy thrown in for good measure. We'll see how that all pans out later on, but for now, let's return to our main plot. Gabriel has managed to tidy up her rather messy introduction. We rejoin Mary and Joseph, thinking through the options.
And so she told me that I was going to have a special baby and that the baby was going to bring joy and wonder into people's lives.
Yeah, she told me the same. Well, that you were going to have the baby, obviously not me.
Are you sure you're not that upset about the father thing?
She managed to explain that too. I'm not jealous. I don't think I'm jealous anyway. It is a little weird.
I know. I'm glad you're not too upset.
I think what she was trying to say is that bringing up this baby is going to be a very difficult job, and that if I loved you, I should stay with you and bring up the child as if it was mine.
And?
And what?
Will you stick with me and bring up the baby as if it was yours?
Of course. And it doesn't mean we can't have one of our own one day too, does it?
Oh, right, I see. 2 pregnancies. Great.
Or maybe more, I'm just saying.
Let's just stick with this one for now, shall we?
Right.
Oh, we've got a lot to do before the baby's born.
Yes. Speaking of which, depending on what happens with the virus, I was thinking we should arrange for you to have the baby somewhere where we can get a lot of support.
Yes, I agree.
So, I don't know how you felt about going to stay with my parents?
Less of a good idea, I think.
Just think though, we don't know what's going to happen. How far we'll be able to travel, or whether we'll be able to arrange childcare or whatever.
Boris said the other day it would all be over by Christmas.
Boris Johnson said it. Really?
Oh, yeah.
So all I'm saying is, let's try and arrange it so it's somewhere where you can have a lot of support. I know it's not ideal, but it's better than here.
But we're supposed to be staying put, not moving about all over the country.
Well, let's see how it goes. If we can't move around, then we won't. But there's no harm in planning ahead a little.
Okay. Well, if that's what we're going to do, I suppose we'd better book somewhere to stop along the way.
A few months pass, and lockdown eases, albeit temporarily. Mary and Joseph decide to make the trip to Joseph's parents just before the baby is due to be born. In the outside world, people's lives start to find a new normal, a mix between remote working and finally being able to get back out and meet with people face to face. But you might remember that there are those who are more digital naive than digital native.
Zoom, accept the call. Oh no, not now. Janice, do you know how you get this to work?
All right, Grandad, let me sort this out for you. Try this.
Oh, hello. Whoa, steady. I can't hear anybody if you all speak at once. Is there a way of turning off your microphones? Right. Who's got the barking dog? Do you want to sort that out? Now it's echoing. Right. What can I do for you all? Hello? Right, somebody's going to have to turn the microphone back on. That's weird. Now all I can hear is himself. Can anybody else hear me?
I think we're going to cut away for a little bit while we sort out these technical issues, okay? Back very soon. And we're back.
Right, so that's 25 people for the night of the 24th of December. Will you be needing breakfast? All right, no problem. We can sort that out when you get here. So we'll see you on the 24th then. Sorry about the technical problems. Cheers now. All right, Janice, we've got a full booking for December. That big conference of medical professionals. What do you mean everywhere else must be booked up? I told you that engaging with new audiences online is the way forward. That chap said he'd read some good reviews. What does it matter that he was wearing glasses? In his line of business, that's a good thing. I've read on the internet that it's worth crafting an advert specifically targeted to your market. Our market is not just desperate people, Janice. Well, come to think of it, that's not a bad idea. Let me think.
When we originally wrote this, restrictions had eased. And, of course, we thought we were being highly satirical with our comments and complaints about the incompetence and corruption of the government. Yeah, if only right. So, we're back in lockdown as we record, and we don't know what's going to happen. So, you'll have to permit us to use our artistic licence. Our characters are just following the laws of some fictional, ideal universe.
Hello? Hello? Yes. We'd like to book overnight accommodation. Right. Yes. The night of 24th of December. Oh, you don't? No. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hello? Yes, we'd like to book a room, please, for the night of the 24th of December. You're full up. Right, okay, thanks. For nothing. This is crazy. There's not a single room available anywhere for the night of the 24th of December.
Hang on a minute. I'm just on TripAdvisor. One night, 24th of December, not flexible. Northeast. Nothing much.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Oh, hang on. There's one place that says contact us for more details.
I wouldn't waste your time. They're all booked up.
No, seriously, listen. No matter if it's a spur of the moment decision, you're hoofing it to a morning meeting, or you have stable plans, you can rely on us to have somewhere for you to hit the hay.
Right, well, give them a call, I guess.
Oh, it's Zoom. Right. Click here to message.
Hello, the Barnard Castle Inn?
Hiya. We saw your adverts on TripAdvisor.
Yes. You see, Janice, another one.
Well, we wondered if you have a room available for the 24th of December.
Oh, right. Yes. It's funny you should mention the 24th of December.
Oh?
It's just there's a big conference in town that evening and we're fully booked. It's the only time we're full. It's the only time we've got any bookings at all, actually.
It said on your advert you'd have somewhere to stay.
Please, we're desperate.
Well...
My girlfriend's pregnant, you see. We could really do with somewhere comfortable to stay.
OK. Janice, could we use the annex? It is not a pig site, it's a state annex. I'll clean it up a bit. Yes, we do have the executive suite in the annex. If you're desperate, we can do something for you, I suppose.
How much?
Well, we only let the executive suite out to our most thoroughbred clients, but I suppose we could do you a deal. How about £100?
Oh no.
All right, £200. I'll give you £200 and you write us a good review. Tell everybody how we found your room.
We'll take it.
Right, will you be wanting breakfast with that?
How much is breakfast?
Call it £225 all in, and I'll even throw in an extra rasher of bacon. Can't say fairer than that.
Done.
Right, I'll see you on the 24th of December. Cash or card?
We'd prefer cash, thanks.
Meanwhile, Mother Nature has been able to get those three tight-lipped old men to open up and start talking. In fact, it's become rather difficult to stop them.
And so, how does that make you feel, Alfred?
I didn't know you felt that way about me, fellas. I love you both too.
When this is all over, we'll have a good old cuddle.
I can't believe it. We've spent years not talking. It feels so good to finally let it all out.
Excellent. What progress. And remember, you don't have to wait to be asked to be somebody's hero. There's not going to be a great big sign in the sky, you know. You don't have to do a lot to be somebody's hero.
You cut out a bit there. I didn't hear what you said.
I said, you don't have to wait. There's not going to big sign in the sky. Somebody's hero.
A great big sign in the sky. We can be heroes. Keep an eye out, gents.
It's been great seeing you again. Let's do this again soon. Take care. Love to you both.
Can't wait. See you soon. You too.
I am so looking forward to it.
Meanwhile, Mary and Joseph have made their stop on the way north. But as you're familiar with this story, you know tonight's the night.
Hello, the Barnard Castle Inn.
Hi, it's me. You don't need to announce. I'm at your door. You're going to need to call a nurse.
You don't need to zoom from the door, just ring the doorbell.
I'm not on Zoom. This is your doorbell.
What?
We haven't got time for this. Look, you're going to need to call a nurse, a midwife.
What's happening?
What do you think? My girlfriend is having the baby. She's going into labour now, here.
What, on the doorstep?
In the stable. Can you call someone? I don't think we're going to make it to the hospital.
We've got some medical professionals staying here now for that big conference in town. I could send one of them.
What kind of medical professionals?
Opticians, I think.
Are you serious?
Well,
You think she needs an eye test now?
I've heard of people taking eye tests at odder times, especially around here.
Will you just call a midwife, please?
All right. Yes, of course. Hang tight.
Thank you.
Zoom. Call the midwife. Zoom.
Hello, this is Gabriel from your internet service provider. Are you having difficulty?
Yes, I'm trying to call the midwife urgently.
You're having problems with BBC iPlayer?
iPlayer? No, I'm trying to call the midwife.
Yes, that's on iPlayer. BBC Two, isn't it? Are you getting a little circle? Is it buffering?
No, she's having the baby.
Who?
The girl in the stable.
And it's frozen?
I imagine she's pretty cold.
No, I mean it's come to a halt.
She can't get to the hospital. We'll have to call the midwife.
Let me see what I can do.
Yes, please.
Well, your broadband speed seems fine. I can't see any problem from here. Have you tried switching it off and on again at the wall?
What?
Your virgin box.
I don't think that's a very appropriate term for her. In fact, I don't see how she could be.
Who?
The girl in my stable.
Who?
There's a girl, Mary, I think. She's having a baby. She needs a midwife. I need to call the midwife.
Oh, I see. Why didn't you say? Mary, I know her. Let me see what I can do.
Thanks.
No problem. Please stay on the
Hello, Magenti.
Hello. Yes, I need a midwife urgently.
Is that an emergency, dear?
Yes, hence the word urgently.
There's no need to be rude. Are you the father?
No, I'm a friend.
I see. Well, can your friend not get to the hospital?
I don't think so.
I see. Where is this emergency?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, I forgot to ask. He signed off before I got through to you.
The father?
No, the innkeeper. Well, he has a stable.
So you want me to come out to I don't know where? He has a stable.
I knew you'd understand.
You're lucky I'm in a good mood. If you can't give an address, you'll have to get them to send a signal into the sky, a flare or something, and I'll find it.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm on my way.
Let's see.
Zoo, accept call.
You don't need to do that. I've called a midwife for you.
Great.
But we didn't know where you were, so you'll have to send a flare.
I can't do those E-numbers.
E-numbers.
Yes, I've never got the hang of them.
E-numbers.
Yeah, the things the kids like.
E-numbers.
They put them in everything these days.
E-numbers. Why are we talking about E-numbers?
I don't know how to put them into messages.
Emojis.
He does what?
Not E-numbers, emojis. What have emojis got to do with it?
Well, what are E-numbers then?
I could have this conversation for the rest of my life. Never mind about E-numbers. You need to send up a flare now so the nurse can find you.
Janice, could you start digging out my 70s night costume?
Oh, for goodness sake! A flare! A light in the sky!
Oh, right, a flare. A light in the sky.
Can you do that?
I have an idea. Yes.
Great.
A giant light in the sky, visible for miles around. A sign that help is needed. A sign searching for a hero. A sign that all Gotham City knows. Oh. Sorry. Wrong story. Yes. The three men who were starting to get in touch with themselves saw the light in the sky and recognised it for what it was. A sign they had long waited for.
Holy mackerel. Look out of the window. What's that?
Flare.
Someone's in distress.
Holy smokes. Well, what should we do?
I tell you what, we should do something.
Nah.
Frank? Melvin's right. She was right. It's a sign in the sky. We should do now what we should have done a long time ago.
But the flare's only just gone up.
He means we should stop sitting around waiting for other people to do something. What if someone's in dire need? What if nobody else stops? We should do something to help.
What? You mean, it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me?
Exactly. Now is the time for us to be heroes.
Well then, grab your tights and put on a mask.
Look, I know we're starting to get connected with our emotions, but I'm still not up to that sort of thing, especially with you.
I only meant that it's chilly out there and I don't want to catch a cold. And the mask is just to protect you and others from the virus.
Right. I knew that. Alfred, prepare the Batmobile.
I'm sorry, sir.
Nothing. I've always wanted to say that.
Look, let's stop wasting time.
He's right. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Meanwhile, as they say in the musical Hamilton, meanwhile. Yeah, how did that sound? Do you think they'd let me audition? Meanwhile.
Did you call a midwife?
Yes.
And?
She's on her way.
Great. Send her tables the minute she arrives, please. And we're going to need some towels and some hot water. Have you got any spare?
We've got buckets of sanitizer and quite a few toilet rolls. Will those do?
No, towels and soap, please.
She's not delivering a lamb, is she?
Soap and towels. Meet me inside the stable. Can you do that?
I'm on it. Meet him inside. Meet him inside. Janice, can you just get... Oh, not now, not now. Zoom. Answer the call. Zoom.
Hello?
Not now, not now.
We saw the light in the sky. We're here to help.
Oh gosh, you're here quick.
Yes, we saw the light in the sky and we came to help.
Well, I suppose nurses come in all shapes and sizes these days. Lovely. The patient is in the stable. I'm just going to go and get some soap and water. Soap and water in the stable? She were right. She knows everything. I might be able to help after all. I've got my old stuff in car.
Excellent. Alfred and I will be at your service.
Let's go.
Will you stop saying that now, please?
Sorry, it's just that with great power comes great responsibility.
That doesn't even make sense.
When you go, can you... Hello? Hello?
Hello? Have you got those towels yet?
Yeah, they're here. Did you catch the midwives?
Those 3 men?
Yes, they saw the light in the sky and they've come to help.
They're the midwives?
You mustn't judge these days.
I suppose not. I'll come and get those towels. Oh, hold on.
Joe,
Yes?
who are those men?
They're the midwives.
I don't think so.
They saw the light in the sky and came to help.
I don't think they're the midwives.
Why not?
One of them's got what looks like a big pair of spoons. He came in saying, "Easy, girl, easy," like he was talking to an animal.
What's he doing now?
Oh, nothing. I screamed and they backed off. Joe, I need you back here now.
Right, I'm on my way.
Don't forget the... Oh, if you want a job doing, Janice, I'm just popping out to the stable.
Hello?
Hello, what now?
Is this the inn where the baby's being born?
Yes.
Oh, I've seen your light in the sky and I'm not far away, but I'm stuck behind an accident. Some idiot's out for a drive while not wearing his glasses and he's bumped into a lorry. There's donkeys everywhere now.
Donkeys?
The lorry was carrying donkeys and they're all over the road and the police are really struggling to get them under control. Look, I'm sorry. I'll get there as soon as I can, okay?
Okay, I'll tell them. Good luck and hurry.
I'm trying.
This is not going to go down well. Where's the horse? The horse? What horse? The big light in the sky. We were told you needed help. You said you had soap and water and the patient was in the stable. And I was a vet. I expected there to be a horse in labour. I thought you were the midwives.
Us? Have you seen us?
I make no judgments these days. Listen, you say you're a vet? Yes. And you want to help?
Yes.
What do you know about donkeys?
I think, dear viewer, that we'll leave it there. For as special as this night is, some things are better left to the imagination. Suffice to say that Melvin, Frank and Alfred were able to clear the road, and the nurse made it just in time to help Mary deliver her baby. We rejoined the action the following day. Christmas Day.
Janice and I were just wondering if there's anything we could do for you.
Oh, that's really kind. No, thanks. I think we're fine.
How's the little one doing?
Oh, he's fine. Last night was quite overwhelming for him, so he's just napping it off in the corner.
Oh, no, I meant the baby.
Oh, he's fine too.
And you?
I'm fine too.
Are you sure there's nothing I can get?
We're fine. Thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's some visitors here for you if you're up to it.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Fine.
Fine.
You?
Oh, we're all fine. I'm sorry I screamed at you last night.
That's quite all right. I imagine it was quite a shock.
Frank with his tools, he means not having a baby. Well, unless...
Where is your friend?
Oh, he's still tied up helping with the donkeys.
We heard about that. The midwife really sang your praises. She says you were real heroes.
Well, I don't know about that. We just did our bit.
The local press came to visit this morning. They wanted to see where all the excitement had happened, and they wanted to talk to the local business owner who had helped the event run successfully.
I don't think you can claim too much of the credit there, mate.
Sounds like you are all heroes. Thank you all.
Oh, I almost forgot. We got some presents for you and the baby.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you all. You shouldn't have.
I bought him this.
Oh, thanks. You really shouldn't have.
And I got you some perfume.
That looks lovely. Thank you.
Yes, and Frank, he sent this.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, gents.
Anyway, we better be letting you get your rest, Mary. If there's anything you need, don't forget to buzz. I know how to work it now. Oh, and if you wanted to leave a review on TripAdvisor.
I will. Thank you all. Thank you for everything.
And that's where we'll leave them too. Relatively ordinary people, caught up in one of the most extraordinary stories in human history. The innkeeper, proud of his role, his newfound technical skills, his soon-to-be newly flourishing business. The three wise men, no longer straitjacketed by constraints of masculine convention, able to express themselves in sentences of more than one word, finding companionship, conversation and renewed purpose in their old friendship, becoming heroes. And at the centre of it, Mary and Joseph, tired but united, and in their arms, a baby, their promise to hope, to dream, to care, and to love. An extraordinary story, but an everyday extraordinary story. The greatest story ever told, in fact. Happy Christmas, everyone.